All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, I'm Tiffany Patterson from Black Business Minded Women. I'm here with Bernie Dubs of Black Business Minded Women and Altavice Peltzer of the World Voice League. Altavice, yes. Altavice helps women find, develop, and share their voice. Wait a minute. She's one of the speakers at the upcoming BBMW Accelerate 2020 Virtual Summit, our first inaugural summit. And I'm going to let her introduce herself. Altavice, go for it.
Guys, Altavice Peltzer here, the voice coach, and I am an introvert. I'm a single mom, but not just that, I help women to find and use their voice. That is my goal. That is my passion. And I've been blessed to be able to do it for 2 years now, full time, but been doing it for maybe about 5 to 10 years, under the radar, right? But what I do and how I do that is I am the host of the Speak Easy podcast. Yes. Authors about their journey. I am also the founder of the Our Voice Matters blog, where I go and I feature some powerful women voices and stories from all over the world and share them out so that way they can empower and educate you.
Beautiful. So, Altavice, for the summit, what are you going to be teaching us? Like, what are you going to be sharing with the attendees?
So, for me, when I thought about what is it that we as women going into 2020 really need when it comes to our brand and our business, is how are we going to have our brand or business really seen and heard in such a huge and noisy market. Right now, social media is a powerhouse, and man, you can get lost anywhere on any platform. But if you know how to use your voice and the power of your voice, then you can kind of find your way and talk specifically to your target audience. So when I talk about, using your personal story to build and strengthen your brand voice, that's what it's about. It's about having a connection. And I always use this C word, conversation. Mm-hmm. And it's those conversations that really allow you to build connections, network, find opportunities, but also allow your client or potential customer to know that whatever it is that you have to offer, they not only need it, but they can get it from you.
Nice. I think that some people do struggle sharing connecting their personal story with their business. Mm-hmm. So being that you help entrepreneurs with that is a beautiful thing, because I know people want to, they just sometimes struggle with how to do it,
That's that part that we miss out on. We see, it's interesting, when we see the influencers on social media, we're thinking, oh, it's because they did a video. Oh, it's because the video went viral. But it's not. It's because they made a connection with the audience. Mm-hmm. And, I know there's one gentleman that I follow, man, he'll go live and he's in the bed with his taco meat out. But he's been able to build his brand, build not one, not two, but 3 restaurants, and a business, and sell cookbooks. His name is Darius, if you don't know. But it was through live streaming, and it was through having a personal connection with people. But people kind of get in this weird space of thinking, if I share too much, people will think less of me. Or if I only share a little bit, well, then, they can take that little bit. But here it is. You're in a market where everybody's sharing just a little bit. You're in a saturated market where everybody's sharing just a little bit. So if you go ahead and be bold and kind of jump off that cliff and say, you know what, I'm going to go all in.
Yes.
It makes a difference.
Yes, that's what we want in 2020. We want boldness. We want bold business. bold. We got to push forward and just be bold with ourselves to see real progress in our businesses. So this is so exciting. How did you get involved in like helping women share their story and the podcast? Like, how did what triggered you doing that?
So I said it, I'm an introvert, so this was never the goal, guys. Being a speaker, podcasting. What are you live streaming? Are you crazy? No, not me. Me, her was going to stay behind the scenes. But in 2015, I had a conversation with my oldest daughter. I actually am a single mother of 4. 2 of my girls were molested as children. And so I'm the mother of 2 teen girls who are victors over molestation. But in 2015, I told my story for the first time. And I had, at 35, that's kind of a pretty heavy thing to carry. Yeah. But I had never told anyone before. And in that moment, I made a connection with my oldest daughter because we were talking about trust. And it was one of those moments where you kind of blurt it out and you're like, oh, I wish I could kind of grab it out the sky. It didn't work. But it was later on that I found that my daughter said that was her most proud moment of me, was, just me opening up and letting her know that she wasn't alone. So if that's what it can do for my daughter, who already knew that I was here for her, who already knew that I was, trying to do things for her, what would it do for other women? So in 2016 was, that was my year. And this is why I love this time of year, because I encourage so many people to really go all in. Like, yes, you can say it. Yes, you can do the SMART goals and the vision board, but I really want you to take action. That's the most important thing, because that's going to trump everything else, no matter what. And so I said, 2016 is going to be my year. I'm going to publish my book. I'm going to do all these things. And then December 31st of 2015, I'm evicted from my home. And I said, really? No, next year is supposed to be my year. I'm supposed to be rolling and stuff and rocking out and stuff. I'm bold right now, right? Everything's supposed to. And it didn't. And so I ended up having to move all of my stuff into my sister's 2-bedroom apartment, myself and 4 children, and still trying to figure it out. I said, the first day of 2016, January 1st, I had a flight to take. And I said, oh my goodness, so what am I going to do? So I go ahead and I said, all right, well, we're going to make this work. I'm going to go ahead and take this flight. Now, normally I would be the person that in the midst of the situation, I break down. I shut down. I don't do what I wanted to do. I talk down to myself. Nothing ever happens. It's a pity party. And I won't tell y'all business. I just tell mine. So I know for me, middle of a situation, I would have my pity party. And this was the first year that I said, you know what? No pity party. And I'm going to take this flight. And this is what sparked everything for me. Because I took the first flight, no problem. Second flight, there's no group number on the ticket. So I have to go over to the booth and let them know. And they told me to go in with group 2. I'm standing in line, they call group 2. And I hear my name over the loudspeaker. Now, I am a creative, and y'all know we create stories in our heads. So in my mind, I got a fake ticket, and the TSA is about to arrest me, and I'm going to jail.
I know what you're talking about.
Like, in my mind, I'm like, the TSA is about to come. They will tackle me. Like, it's the worst thing ever. I get to the booth, and they hand me a brand new ticket, and it's first class.
Wow, that is a testimony.
That's exactly how I felt in that moment. First time ever riding first class. It was the most amazing experience for me because it shifted everything for me. And so I tell people in this moment, yes, you're going to have trials and tribulations. You're going to have things that come up. You're going to have obstacles. I need you to figure out how to get back up when you trip and fall, how to jump on, how to move around it or under it or through it, because on the other side of that is having your voice heard. On the other side of that is doing something amazing. And while I was still homeless, I published my first 2 books.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, that's that push through. Yes, because because it's still there for you, regardless of the situation. It's still there for you. You know what I mean? It's still, those opportunities are still there. Everything doesn't disappear just because of, you know. That is amazing. And I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, you were good. It's
wow.
It's been an experience for me because it's sparked so many other things. So that was book number one, was It's Okay to Cry, which I completely fought against the title and who wants to read a book about crying and all this other stuff, right? I went and was live streaming and boo-hooing and stuff on camera, and man, so many different things. Like, I jumped way outside of my comfort zone, and it was all a positive thing, because when I jumped outside of my comfort zone, I started doing things. I recently just published book number 15. That's 15 books in years.
Wow.
I did not realize that. Oh my God.
15 books in 3 years with a goal of publishing 100. Yes, I'm going to work that. That's my goal.
Wow.
And I've just celebrated this year my second year quit anniversary from my job. I've been off my full-time job 2 years.
Congratulations.
But I know, right? Opened up so many different opportunities. And I tell people, is it always kittens and cuddles? It's not. There's some times where I'm like, what was I thinking? Let me go fill out an application somewhere. And then I think about it again and go, if my voice isn't being heard, who is not getting what they need?
Yes.
Who's not getting what they need if my voice isn't being heard? And so I look back at all the women that I've empowered. One of I call her my greatest success story, because I love her story so much. But when we connected, she was not too far out of a 30-year domestic violence relationship with her ex-husband at the time. And she had gone through so much. I was just, everybody always starts off with, I just want to write a book. I just want to tell my story and not cry all the way through it. I watched her be able to go to court and stand in her power. I watched her speak at her very first event, where she was able to share her story. And even though she did it through tears, she did it confidently and boldly. I was able to watch her go and publish 8 books. Yes. Why? Because I shared my voice. It opened up the opportunity for her to be able to do the same.
Yes.
That part.
Yes. You know what? I'm about to share my voice.
Go, Tiffany.
Yes, that is empowering. I mean, it was so many things that you touched on. One is getting outside of yourself and realizing that what you have to offer is you have to help people. What you have to offer is going to help so many people. And when you step outside of that, when you step out of this yourself of being nervous, not wanting to go live, not wanting to talk, not wanting to share because you're so self-conscious, if you could just think about all the people that you'll be helping. And that's regardless of whatever it is you do. Because some people minimize what they do. I don't care if you're selling hair. That's changing somebody's life. That's making someone feel better. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stepping outside of that self-conscious, I don't want to do it, and being more free and sharing. Oh my God.
I tell people, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. There's a woman, I can't remember her name, but she's on, her video is circulating all across Facebook. She's a hairstylist. And at one time she was homeless. And so she goes out to the homeless on Skid Row, and she does their hair. She gives them new clothes and shoes and everything, dyes their hair and everything. It's your story. There's something about your story that allows you to be able to push through and help somebody else. And so it was her connecting with that and sharing that. Yeah, everybody knows about it. Yeah, the video went viral because look at what she's doing.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I am so excited that you decided and agreed to speak at the summit. I think that the women and men who attend your session are going to just be so blessed and be able to share their story so that they can help other people and help their businesses. Man, Bernie, do you have any questions?
No, I don't actually have any questions. I'm sitting back totally amazed at what Altaviza is talking about. I think it's so awesome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. It is just an awesome story, and just to think that this is the introduction and not the actual summit.
I know, right? I'm like, can we just bring out the slides or whatever you're gonna share now? Just do it now. We can play on, But no, so you're gonna, they gotta register in order to, get the goods. And I'm just okay. So how can people get in touch with you outside of the summit?
So they can connect with me a couple different ways, but I'm going to say the best way to connect is to come and join the free Facebook group, hashtag World Voice League. If you go to bit.ly/World Voice Community, it's a great platform. I go and connect with people there all the time. But if you want to get on the calendar, message me. Let's talk. Sometimes it's you can't do it in a group setting. Sometimes it's people feel a little unnerved by it being so many people or them, responding to something. Send a message. I never want anyone to think that their voice is not valuable.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, we are looking forward to your session. What day are you? What's your day? I think it's January 1. Yes. Okay. Yes. January 1. So come on, y'all. First day, Wednesday. She gonna be there. Yes. 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 Okay. So I think that's it for right now. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your knowledge, your expertise. We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you so much. That's it.
Just put your links. Put your links in the comments, please.
I sure will. Mm-hmm. And thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you for offering up this opportunity.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast. Have a good night.
Okay. Enjoy.
All right. I'm gonna stop the live.